Okay, dated March 15, 2015. Dear Mark, I come to you in peace in support of the United States. At times, it is difficult to put into words one's intent in a correspondence to another, as the dialogue is one-sided. I will do my very best in good faith to make my intent clear. Please keep in mind, I do not understand or speak legalese. I have no legal training whatsoever. Therefore, I trust you will honor this fact without creating controversy. There appears to be a circular issue which is difficult to get around. It seems that the state and its agencies can only see and hear state-registered organizations or persons for communication purposes. However, based upon this demand, until there is some clarity in the matter, it is difficult for me to make potentially a false claim to what I perceive to be property of the state of New York that I do not own, even though I am an authorized exclusive user of such. For clarity and definition, I call myself Anthony, and I am a man, an incarnated living soul created in the image of God. For the purpose of this demand, through an administrative hearing process, please respect the fact that I come to you as a man in peace to inquire and require of you, a public trustee in your fiduciary capacity, to advise, instruct, explain, educate, clarify exactly what is my relationship to a state of New York instrument or birth record, specifically in this case with regard to the name Anthony Rubio, which was registered in whatever year. In summary, in a few sentences, I'm looking to have clearly and exactly explained, ascertained, clarified, stated, and adjudicated through an administrative hearing the following. What are my rights, duties, and liabilities to a man to this birth document issued by the state of New York? What is my status, as I am unsure and uncertain with regard to this registered organization? I believe my unalienable natural inherent rights are being adversely affected by and through this registered organization, legal entity, or person, Anthony Rubio, through various state agencies, and I require that this to be reviewed, explained, clarified, or adjudicated in writing. What is the construction of this birth instrument, also known as a copy of the certified birth certificate or transcript of birth, and who are all its designated parties, and what are the benefits or liabilities acquired and or costs associated with this registered organization to each of the parties? The next is paragraph titled Demand for Clarification. I, Anthony, a man, age of majority and sound mind, sojourn upon the lands within the Union State commonly referred to as Florida, and petitions this Bureau of Administration to clarity, advise, instruct, adjudicate a matter with regard to a person, Anthony Rubio, organized within the state of New York. I, Anthony, a man, having been issued intentionally this person, Anthony Rubio, am exclusive authorized user of said person, Anthony Rubio. Now demand and require clarity, instruction, advice, and document construction information with regard to this person, having not received any instructions, counsel, warnings, list of benefits, list of obligations, etc. at the time this person or document was intentionally sent to me from my exclusive use, and that would include exclusive and authorized use. Mark Fleischer, you as Director of the Bureau of Administrative Hearing, Division of Legal Affairs within the Department of Health, have a legal public duty to speak, respond, address, explain, instruct, advise, and clarify to me, Anthony. Whew, all this work. The legal relationship to the person, Anthony Rubio, and its construction, which had been organized under the laws of the state of New York in whatever year. Mark Fleischer, you are, as Director of the Bureau of Administration, have jurisdiction and knowledge relating to matters concerning state of New York instruments, documents, registered organizations, property, etc., held in trust, title, or otherwise within the State of New York Department of Health. The next section is cause for demand. I, Anthony, am unsure and uncertain as to my rights and obligations concerning a public record, an instrument showing a registered organization was organized, which was issued, certified, and sealed by an authorized public agent of the State of New York Department of Health through its Vital Records Department. I, Anthony, believe my unalienable natural inherent rights, it should be inherent, I put inherent rights, are being affected by statutes, regulations, and ordinances of multiple and various political division and municipal corporations as a result of the issuance and use of this instrument. I, Anthony, wish and desire to correct any and all misunderstandings between me, the State of New York, and all other governmental and or state agencies. I, Anthony, believe and thereon allege that the State of New York, through its authorized public employees or trustees, agents, substitutes, and employees, the State of New York has led me, Anthony, to believe that I am an agent, employee, or trustee or property belonging to the State of New York or some other corporation. I, Anthony, have contacted, inquired, provided notice to various public trustees, agents, administrators, and other public fiduciaries. In good faith, I attempted to notify, surrender, release, claim to reversionary interest, clarify, verify, ascertain, and discover the legal relationship, status, rights, duties, and obligations which appear to exist based on the construction of the instrument or a certified certificate as it appears to be user-FRUC compliant. No response was ever given, questions answered, inquiry satisfied, or correction supplied. I, Anthony, believe and thereon allege that Mark Fleischer, you as Director of Administrative Hearing for the State of New York, have the legal duty to speak, aid, address, instruct, counsel, advise, and adjudicate in writing this matter, so I, Anthony, will not act to my legal injury by the State of New York remaining silent. I, Anthony, believe and thereon allege that the State of New York and or other governments or state agencies obtain a thing of value unjustly as a result of my unintentional misuse or intermeddling as is a state, person, registered organization, whoever, debtor, executor, trustee, fiduciary, administrator, individual, taxpayer, ens legis, etc., Anthony Rubio, making me, Anthony, unknowingly consent to an act in such a way to bring about personal suretyship and liability. I, Anthony, am uncertain as to the allegation of facts surrounding the creation of a registered organization, the token, evidence, proof, and mark evidencing its legal existence. I, Anthony, believe and thereon allege the person or registered organization was organized as a result of false and misleading words and information on a report filed with the registrar. I, Anthony, believe and thereon allege the State of New York holds original title or birth record in trust, thus receiving financial benefit. I, as a living source, provided viable energy for securitized credit through a piece of paper called a birth record or registered organization, evidencing that the United States and or State of New York and or other jurisdiction of the United States continue to receive financial benefit, reward, prize, bounty for anything done by me using state property, Anthony Rubio. From my understanding under 12 U.S.C. 95, as ratified and authorized under 12 U.S.C. 95b, It appears that during times of war, the President may do, through any agency, a laundry list of stuff with respect to any person and any property within the jurisdiction of the United States, where any payment, conveyance, transfer, assignment, or delivery of property or interest thereof made to or for the account of the United States or as otherwise directed, intentionally benefits the United States, leaving all men and women within its jurisdiction naked or spoliated. As confirmed by Senate Report 93-549, November 1973, quoting, "Since March 9th, 1933, the United States has been in a state of declared national state of emergency." Continuing on, under the powers delegated by these statutes, the President may seize property, organize and control the means of production, seize commodities, assign military forces abroad, institute martial law, seize and control all transportation and communications, regulate the operation of private enterprise, restrict travel, and in a plethora of particular ways, control the lives of all American citizens. End quote. It appears that the Libra Code provides a foundation on the rules of war. Under Libra Code Article 38, it states, private property, unless forfeited by crimes or by offenses of the owner, can be seized only by way of military necessity for the support and other benefit of the Army of the United States. If the owner has not fled, the commanding officer will cause receipts to be given, which may serve the spoliated owner to obtain indemnity. End quote. This too may be confirmed under the Law of Nations, Book 2, Article 104, quoting, "The sovereign ought not to grant an entrance into his state for the purpose of drawing foreigners into a snare. As soon as he admits them, he engages to protect them as his own subjects and to afford them perfect security as far as depends on him." End quote. I believe the certified copy of the birth certificate issued, signed and sealed by an authorized public trustee of the state of New York, parallels Article 38, Article 104 appropriately and suggests now the birth certificate should be utilized and then applied as a usufruct receipt for the purpose of indemnification of the person. Remember, it's not you being indemnified, you're not the person, it's the person being indemnified. Continuing on, I, Anthony, believe and thereon allege that I have been unintentionally intermeddled in the infant's estate without authority, where I accidentally consented to accept liability that was not mine to accept. And I would like to ask for forgiveness, as I did not know it was a mistake. I, Anthony, believe and thereon allege that any claim other than authorized exclusive user to state property can be considered by operation of law to be an act of belligerency, an offense, a false claim made to property that I do not own, even though I have an authorized exclusive right of use always for the ultimate benefit of the state, since all property has been seized under a declared national state of emergency. I, Anthony, believe and thereon allege that the state of New York and or other jurisdictions of the United States have used and continue to use my unalienable inherent natural rights for commercial and legal transactions through a name exclusively and intentionally only for the state's ultimate benefit without my express knowledge or consent. I, Anthony, believe and thereon allege certain rights are guaranteed by law and that I am entitled to the rents, produce, profits, monies, and proceeds derived from any living source which has been seized and confiscated by the state of New York for public use without the knowledge and explicit intentional consent of my earthly parents and or me. I, Anthony, believe, allege, and claim injury and loss as a result of State of New York's unconscionable acts. However, I am willing to forego any claim, right, or entitlement conditioned upon the State of New York through its authorized trustees accept their public duty and obligation and begin to administrate its registered organization, Anthony Rubio, as the infant has returned from the sea and is alive, breathing, and well. I am not interested in intermeddling in internal state matters. This matter can be discussed further during the administrative process. I think I'm going to stop for a minute.